Hey, what's up guys? Weekly Light here, and I'm back with another weekly video. It's only been a few hundred weeks, but we're back. Yeah, a new Behemoth game came out called Behemoth, and so I played it a little bit today for around 3.5 hours. And I just want to make a quick guide for you starting out, because there's no tutorial and nothing's explained to you. So I'll briefly go over how the game works, and yeah, a good starting point for getting to know all the different systems of the game. I've done some runs just to test out some stuff, and I've gone back and looked at my footage frame by frame to see exactly what happens, because there's a lot going on screen, and it's hard to tell what the hell's going on. It looks like some people are getting 19,000 score as of now. The game came out 3 days ago, and that's how it's looking right now. Looks like it's daily leaderboards. Um, People going 58 nests. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, let's just start up and I'll just do a live commentary on how to play the game. Yeah. So first things first, you move left and right and you press A to flap. The top left is your score, and the little gray number there is the number of nests you've passed through. So right now I have 0 score and 0 nests, and when I go through this nest, it'll give me 58 points and 1 nest. Okay. The thing in the middle there is the current number of chicks I have on me. So I have 72 chicks right now, 73 now. And the yellow number is the number of chicks I need to go through the next nest. So there, it took me 3 chicks. So it subtracted 3 from my middle center number. And now I was able to go through the nest, and now I have 2 nests and 134 score. So you want to go through the nest with as many chicks as possible to get as much score as possible. Um, If you look at the bottom left, there's a candy corn meter. Every time you pick up candy corn, you fill that meter a little bit, and when you fill up the meter, you'll get a little package there in the bottom left. That is a cosmetic, and we'll get into the cosmetics later. And in the bottom right, you have a little round timer telling you how long your current round's been going. So for the chicks, the small chicks here that I'm picking up right now, are worth 1 apiece. The larger chicks are worth 3, I believe. And the chicks that are inside of eggs that you have to crack open by colliding with them are worth 5. Um, Behind me, they're clustered into groups of, I believe, around 25-ish. So when you get to around 200, like I am right now, it's a little hard to see anything because your chain reaches the end of the screen. Um, let's see, what's next? Talk about how fast should you actually be going in this game. So when you're going across the screen, these nests will spawn. They'll only spawn if the number of chicks you have is greater than the requirement. And after you reach that requirement, it'll take 6 seconds for the next... Oh, shoot, I got hit. The next nest to spawn, right? Um, and so if you already have enough, like I do, I have 101 and I only need 18, it will take around 8 to 9 seconds for the next nest to spawn. However, once the nest spawns, you can go as fast as you want, and you can make it to the nest. If you hold right, you'll get to the nest in about 2 seconds. If you hold left, it'll take you around 6 to 8 seconds for you to get to the nest. I'll put up a graphic on it right now. And basically, if you want to go through the game faster, you just go slowly until the nest spawns, and then you speed up. Yeah, so I go slow, and then I speed up now that the nest is here. Get to the nest. Now I wait 8 seconds or so. Oh, wait, this one you want to go slow here. Pick up as many as you can, because like I said, it's time-based. So about 8 seconds, then that one spawns, and then try to take 6 seconds to get here. There we go, great. Yeah, so I think I've counted 19 different obstacles in this game. Such as these giant bread loaves here and these half eggs. Most of them are physics items, like this egg here will slow you. These like fruit slices will bounce you around. These popcorn kernels will launch you. The celeries will knock you down. The coffee will knock you up. The cantaloupe slices will trap you and pull you to your grave. There's just a lot going on, and when they all combine together, you have a bad time, like I am right now. There's the egg carton, that's fairly rare, and I got cantalouped. Yeah, so you can pick up power-ups like this. There are the seeds, which will block up to 6 projectiles. There is the magnet, which will grab all of the nearby chicks and candy corn. And then there is this like feather that gives you like a laser that will destroy most obstacles. In my opinion, the magnet is the best one, but you know, you might like the seeds better. I find the laser is really hard to control because you go super fast and you'll end up missing a lot of nests. Right there is a knife and there's an eggshell. So the eggshells will subtract 80% of your current total of chicks from you. So if you have like 800, it will remove you back down to 200 because it basically like divides your thing by 5, and I can't see anything. The axes will also divide your total by 5. The smaller knives and the forks will divide your score in half. So those aren't as bad. So if you can, try to not get hit by the eggshells, even though they're like the most prevalent one. They have the most effect on you because they're divide by 5s, which is crazy. We're at 15 right now, Ness. So you'll notice that every so often there are these little safe areas with no enemies and no obstacles usually. And those will occur after your 5th, your 11th, 16th, and so on, 23 nests. So right here, 17, right? So you can get a whole bunch of extra stuff here. A good strategy is if you can get a magnet or a laser, which also acts as a magnet, you can get all the chicks in that area and get like 200, 300, 400 even chicks sometimes just from that section there. So if you can get 400 chicks from the first safe area at nest 5 and you don't get hit for a while, you can get some really high scores. Oh my god. And we are absolutely destroyed. Now I have 0 chicks. If I get hit one more time like that, I die. Yeah, once you run out of chicks, you are dead. Let's see. Oh yeah, the cosmetics. Yeah, so based on how much I've played and gotten my cosmetics, and like counting the pixels on these bars here, I estimate that there's, I'll put it on screen, this amount of cosmetics, and it should take you around 7-ish hours to unlock all the cosmetics in the game. You can press the random button and you can randomize your chick, or not your chick, your behemoth looking guy, and you can get some crazy combos, a whole bunch of different stuff. In general, on like trying to figure out when stuff spawns, um, I've found that I did one run where I didn't grab any nests. I avoided every single nest, and I found pretty much every single obstacle spawned at a certain point. And I've seen some pretty dangerous stuff pretty early on, and some pretty dangerous stuff not spawning till really late as well. So it feels like a lot of the stuff is random on when it will show up. However, some stuff, like the dangerous axes and stuff, will not show up too early on. There might be a lockout it's either distance-based or time-based, but it is definitely not nest-based, which means you should be grabbing the nests when you can. There's really no downside to grabbing them, except for the fact that your nest cost increases by 2 every time you grab a nest, except for the first 2, which cost 2 and 3. And then after that it costs 4, and then it goes up by 2 each time. I'm playing poorly because I'm currently explaining the game while flapping. But yeah, in general, just the main thing is just to get good in the first place and dodge everything, especially the eggshells, because those will divide your score by 5. And then once you get good, you gotta get lucky, because I believe that the only way to like get a really good score is to get a magnet right here between nest 4 and nest 5. Because if I can get a magnet here, that means I get a magnet going into the first safe area, which would leverage me a whole bunch of points, which will just cause my momentum to go out of control. So, oh wait, there we go. I was able to get something, so holding left here to try to extend my timer a little bit. Fucking up all of them, and I missed it. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, so I have 325 here, right? So if this was a serious run where I was actually focused and wasn't doing a live commentary, yeah, you would just continue to go through these nests and rack up the points at 300 apiece. If you want to get like 6,000 score, you got to make it to nest 20 about. So getting these, and if you get hit by an eggshell, you're going back down to 60. So don't get hit by an eggshell. Like this, it's over. Yep, went down to 60, got hit again, went down to 30. Every time you do get hit, though, you can pick up a few chicks that rain from the sky and recuperate some of your losses. So as long as you have one chick on you, you won't die. But sometimes you're just going to get comboed. And just sometimes it feels like there's nothing you can do when you get hit by this butter into like a set of eggshells and you lose everything in 1 second. Um, yeah, so very unforgiving game, but if you can get lucky and if you can get good, I'm sure you can get pretty high in the daily leaderboard. Let's see what else. Yeah, so these grapes will home in on you, and they're very annoying. I'd say the greatest threat, though, are the cantaloupes, because if you get grabbed by a cantaloupe, it can pull you into 3 objects, which will usually be enough to kill you, if it pulls you into 3 eggshells. The cantaloupes are the worst, and often the bread will come in sets of 3 and completely lock you in, and if you get caught by the bread, it's all over, because you have no vertical mobility anymore. In addition, the axes will often come in from the left and will just absolutely murder you. So you gotta be careful for those. And then there are the these popcorn kernels that will start flying up from the bottom left. It basically prevents you from going down on the left side for a really long time. So there's nothing you can do. And right now I'm just locked in by the celery and the watermelons, and I'm just stuck on a piece of bread. Yep. And I'm lucky to be alive. Yeah, just sometimes all the obstacles will just come in, and if you don't get out in time, you will just be trapped in there forever. And yep, so they're hit by butter. And these little popcorns really send you flying, so you gotta be careful with those. But the seeds are a lifesaver, especially this far in. Oh, got hit by a knife. That's a half reduction, so I lost half of my stuff, I believe. You can actually get hit twice in a row by the same object, I believe. So if you get hit by a knife, bounce off of like a watermelon or something, and hit the knife again, you'll lose half, and you'll lose half again. So you'll lose 3/4 of your total supply. So be careful. And the axes are really good at that, since they come in at arcs. They'll usually bounce you off of other items and instantly kill you. So right now I only have a little under 2,000 score, which is a really bad run. At 15, you should be maybe like 3,000. So not the end of the world for me, but pretty bad. So it's 17 again. So as I said before, sometimes there will still be obstacles in here, so the bread's still in here. But yeah, in general, 5, 11, 17, and 23 are your good opportunities to restock on chicks. Because not only are they your score, but they're also the thing keeping you from ending your run. Oh, and after I restock, you lose it all. Yeah, so the butter, in general, it's better to go on the direction that is traveling forward. So if the butter is spinning clockwise, you want to go above it. If the butter is spinning counterclockwise, you want to go below it. But oftentimes you won't have the freedom to pick. Often the butter will pick for you which way you're going to be hit. Like, as you can see now, the cost is 38, which is significantly more than I have. So the next nest won't spawn until I get 38, or I might just die before then. I'm at 1, so that means I have 2 hits to give. Because the next one will take me to 0, and then once I'm at 0, it'll be over. So 11. So usually after the 5-minute mark, it gets too intense for me, and I just spend most of the time just trying to get enough to open the next nest. Yeah, I haven't been able to recuperate my 38 enough, and then hold it for 6 seconds on the next one. Yep, just a painful loop. Alright, let's see. 38. Okay, now I just gotta wait 6 seconds and not get hit. Yep, there it is. It spawns. And then you can run for it and just barely get it. Okay, so I'm at So it should be around 8 seconds to the spawn. Oh, there it is. Okay. And we run for it. Get there quick. Ooh, we got hit by an axe. That's dividing our thing by 5. We got hit by an eggshell. That's another divide by 5. So yeah, now we're basically broke again. So we have to get 44 and then wait 6 seconds. Next one to spawn. Or the next nest to spawn. So we're at 55. Gotta wait 6 seconds, not get hit, and I got hit. Okay, well, 44 again. The clouds make it really hard to see a lot of stuff, and very snowbally once you get hit. Yep, and then you die. Well, thank you for watching the video, and yeah, if you have any questions about the game, leave in the comments, and I'll try to answer some. But yeah, so far, I'd say this is probably the worst game from Behemoth, but also at the same time, it is the cheapest game from Behemoth. So, you get what you pay for. I mean, it was only like $3.50 on sale, $4 usually. So I'd say pick it up if you like Flappy Bird. You can get about 8 hours of gameplay out of this, I'd say, if you want to just unlock everything. Um, but yeah, I think once you unlock everything, there doesn't seem to be much to do. Uh, the only thing of note is this daily leaderboard. But besides the daily leaderboard, there's nothing here. Just play the game, cosmetics, settings, and quit the game. I mean, that says it all. Yeah, hopefully they add more content to this game. But yeah, it's a $4 game, so what do you expect? Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you learned something new. Have a good one.